Hello, welcome to the show. For this episode, we are at Lockwood Park in Huddersfield as Yorkshire take on Cheshire in their first game of the 2017 Bill Beaumont Cup, aiming to get to Twickenham and win for the first time since 2008 this particular competition. So during this show, we're going to be speaking to some of the players, seeing how they actually get on in the game, and also focusing on the volunteers event that has been held here today, recognising some of the great work being done around the county at various clubs by the dedicated volunteers. So we're going to be finding out all about that today to see if Yorkshire can beat Cheshire in their first cup game. Just explain the Bill Beaumont Cup. What's the format? What's the structure?
So there's two leagues of three teams in the north, and the winner of those leagues overall goes through to the final against the southern team. So even if we win 3 games, we've got to make sure we get the bonus points and the extra tries, etc.
And it's a strange system this year, isn't it? Because you're not playing teams in your group. Is that right?
No, it's different from what it has been for forever, really. We don't play Lancashire this year, which is always a big game for us and a good marker for us, to be honest. So not playing Lancashire is a big difference, yeah.
So what are the ambitions for this season? What's realistic targets? Is it winning it?
I think we need to show progression from where we've been in the past. We've not won this for since 2008, so we're getting on 10 years ago now, and we need to show progression and buy-in from the players. For me, we've got a good squad. The squad's getting better year on year, and the buy-in is getting better from the players. We're trying to make it professional with a small p.
Is it fair to say kind of last year was kind of rebuilding year, new coaches for quite a few players, and do you feel you are building?
Absolutely.
In the right way?
Last year was about building relationships back up with clubs and directors of rugby for the teams that are concerned, and as I say, creating that buy-in from players but the clubs and being supported by the clubs, which I think we are getting to. But we're still not there yet. It's not a finished article by any means. So
what do you mean by that then? Have clubs not been happy to release their players? Have players not always wanted to play?
I think we've sort of relied on certain clubs and certain players over the years. We're trying to spread the net a bit wider now. We've got a lot more people scouting games and looking at players, and we're speaking to directors of rugby. And that's what I say about building those relationships and making people want to play for Yorkshire. Making Yorkshire great again is the key thing. Well,
you've won it in 2008
yeah.
As the captain. What was that experience
like? It was a fantastic experience, brilliant, and we had some fantastic players there. You could pick players from higher levels then, so we got a bit of buy-in from professional players as well. But I think the experience of going to Twickenham and playing at Twickenham is obviously massive, and for some of these guys, the biggest games they play in. So we want to achieve that again.
How important is success at this level for Yorkshire rugby, and particularly, I suppose, grassroots is the wrong word to use, but kind of that professionalism in the small
I think there is a ladder to England Counties team here, and tours with England Counties in the summer. So there is a sort of holy grail at the end of this to play and get selected, a bit like the old-fashioned, way they used to pick England teams in the past. So there is that aspect of it, but we want to perform. We've got some high-level coaches in here with John Feely and John Skur and Mark Luffman. And we want to perform to that professional level if we can do. And
what about the opponents today? Beaten finalists last year. What do you think to them?
Yeah, it's always going to be a tough, fantastic game. I can't wait for the game. It's going to be a great game of rugby, a good advert. But it's going to be a tough game. But we can match it.
No, fairly well prepared this year. Certainly more than last year. Boys have come together a lot quicker, a lot sooner this year. We've had a few more training sessions that have been good. We feel like we've prepared fairly well, to be honest. So we're confident about today. Obviously playing at home. Came here on Thursday night and had a really good team run. So
You've always been very busy with your individual clubs this season. So how much prep do you actually get to do as a county?
Yeah, well, not a massive amount, to be honest. Not a massive, but we spoke with the new coaching team and a bit of a new structure that came into place last year within the county. The plan was to build on last year, so a lot of similar faces this year, so that's good. So guys have not come in as cold as they were last time. Guys know each other, and it helps. So it's been positive. Everything's going well.
What do you expect from today's opposition?
Tough. We know Cheshire. We've played against Cheshire a number of times, and the tough guys all playing good club rugby. They've probably got more guys from similar clubs than what we have, so they'll know each other maybe that little bit better. But it's another week, another Saturday.
It's for you. You've had many Saturdays in your career, Rob. What would it mean for you to get this club all the way to Twickenham again, this county?
I think it means everything. Yeah, definitely hungry for it this time, or every time. But I just feel like something's been missing for the last few years, and that's sort of coming now. So it's a good chance this year to have a real good shot at it. What kind of Yorkshire side will we see today? What kind of style are we going to see? We're confident throughout, to be honest. We want to dominate the set piece. We want to do well up front, which is obviously key to firing the backs off. We're confident that this year we've got a set of backs that can really do the business. Maybe me as a forward last year thinking my backs not quite, but this year we certainly got a squad of backs that can really do the business. So getting them guys on the front foot is something that we've worked on in training, and the breakdown, obviously the competition, the breakdown is going to be key, so we need to come out on top there. And how's everyone feeling at the moment? It seems quite relaxed. Yeah, I think there's plenty of time before the game. We don't want to peak too soon. Get through the motions. Now it's the first game, so there's going to be a team picture and things, so get that out of the way, then go back into the change room before we come out for the warm-up. We need to be minds on, we need to be focused and get the job done. Well, we wish you the best of luck today. Yep. We'll catch up with you after the game, no doubt. Celebrating the Yorkshire victory. Yep. Best of luck, pal. Cheers. So this is it then, the first game of the Bill Beaumont Cup 2017. It's Yorkshire against Cheshire. Let's see how our boys get on as they look to reach the Twickenham final and lift some silverware for the first time since 2008. So at half time, good news so far for Yorkshire. They lead by 6 points to 3 against Cheshire after a really competitive first half. On my travels around Huddersfield, I found the head coach, Gareth Lewis, who might look a little bit groggy. He's looking okay because it was a celebration last night. Before we talk about your great season with Huddersfield, Gareth, what have you made to the first half here?
Yeah, it's a close game. So it's obviously very physical. I think probably Cheshire are slightly on top in the scrummage. But when Yorkshire got into their phase play, they've looked very threatening. There's certainly Broadley and Watkins have got a good link in the back three, so it'll be a good second half. You've got a few boys involved as well, so how proud are you to see Huddersfield players represented? Yeah, really proud. Franny Antrisongle starting at hooker today. Chris Bell's on the bench, and Ben Morrell is also in the squad. There could have been a couple more possibly in contention, but yeah, they all thoroughly deserve it, and hopefully they play well when they get the opportunities. Speaking to Dan Cook early on, he was saying sometimes it's convincing players and actual clubs to get involved again in Yorkshire. Why do you want to be involved as a club? I think what the coaches have done well this year, they've tried to build up that culture of Yorkshire and what it means to play for Yorkshire. They've obviously been out and around the county looking at players. They've been down to Lockwood Park, on at least 2 occasions, and giving players opportunities to put themselves in the shop window for selection. I watched them train on Thursday. Training was really impressive. They've got good numbers, and there's a good buzz about things. So they're obviously intent on going to Twickenham this year, and everybody knows a day out at Twickenham, it's a fantastic occasion. Yeah, fingers crossed they can do it. So far, so good. By the way, we're talking about the pitch at this time of year. It's incredible, great, yeah. Mark the groundsman, he does a good job. So he came to us from Canalside, Huddersfield Town's training ground. And he's an absolute professional in what he does, so very lucky. Years gone by, it's been bone dry now and no grass on it, so it's a great pitch to play on. Well, it sums up just how well everything's going here at the club. We have to say congratulations, champions, unbeaten the whole season. Just what's that meant to you to do that, and of course bounce back after last year's relegation? It's fantastic. I guess at any level, at any sport, if you can go an entire season unbeaten, you know, it's a really proud achievement. Everyone celebrated well last night, as you can probably tell. But now the celebrations have been and gone, and it's very much looking forward to next season. You know, under no illusions, the challenge ahead. So, you know, the recruitment and retention of players has been a big focus the last couple of months. That's going you know, reasonably well at the moment. So it's going to be a big challenge, but something we're all looking forward to.
So what is realistic for next season back in National League 2?
Yeah, I think obviously we want to survive in the league, but we don't want to be looking over our shoulder. We're going to completely respect the competition, the level of rugby we're at, but we feel like we can, you know, put up a good challenge, aiming for top half. You know, if we can finish around those areas, it'll be a successful season. But again, if you know, the initial aim is to get to 60 points and make sure we stay in the league.
Well, Gareth, wish you best of luck with that, and I'm sure you'll have great success next season as well.
Thank you very much.
Well as hosting this county championship match between Yorkshire and Cheshire, today at Huddersfield also sees a recognition event for volunteers. So let's find out a little bit more about that and meet some of today's winners.
I'm here on behalf of Yorkshire and as District Chair of Age Grade for Western Aire Wharfe, basically to thank all our volunteers. They've been fantastic during the season, and what we do is we have a district event which is usually linked with the Yorkshire games, so they get to see some good rugby on show, hopefully, from Yorkshire. And we basically thank them for all the hard work that they've done during the season, and then from that we take nominations to the Yorkshire RFU event, which is taking place at the end of May.
So what kind of awards have you been giving out today, and what kind of clubs have won things?
We've given them out for mini and juniors, we've given them out for referees, we've given them for all sorts of different things, anybody who's been involved at the club basically. We've had awards from Keighley, from Clackheaton, from Halifax Vandals, all throughout the district. So we've got Skipton and we go all the way up to Huddersfield, so we cover quite a wide area.
The importance is we bring people from the grassroots who generally they don't really get a lot of recognition. They don't look for the recognition, to be honest. So the whole idea of today is to bring these people in. The clubs have nominated them, so it's a thank you from the club. It's a thank you from the West Aire Wharfe, thank you from Yorkshire, and a thank you from the Rugby Union.
And what's kind of state of volunteers? Obviously people have so many things going on these days. Are people still keen to volunteer and help out their clubs?
Amazingly so. And what you've always got to remember is everyone is valuable. It doesn't matter if you only come down on a Sunday and watch a rugby ball, you're a volunteer. You might come and cut all the pitches, you're still a volunteer. All equally important. And rugby at junior level especially, the minis and the juniors, is thriving. And it's thriving through the drive of volunteers and people doing it for nothing. There's no money in this. This is people doing it because they love it, and that is why I like being involved with it.
It's been fantastic. It's lovely to see. We know a lot of the other people here anyway through sort of mixing on Sunday morning fixtures. We do know a lot of the faces, so it's lovely to see other people get recognised for the roles that they do. We know just how much everybody puts in behind the scenes. You know, it's not just one club, it's all the clubs that come together on a Sunday.
And as you can see from the trophies, you have won, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Surprised?
Yes, I am, yeah, very. Yeah.
Probably more shocked that I've been grabbing you to speak to you
Definitely.
today. What does that mean to you though, to be recognised in that way?
It's fantastic. It's a really lovely sort of thought that somebody thinks, you know, and values your time and your effort you put in. But again, it could be any one of us here today. We all do different things on different levels, different roles, and I think we're all massively equally as important as each other, really. From the guy who cuts the grass right up to the, you know, the person signing the paperwork, we all do just the same amount of work. So.
And you don't do it for the recognition, you do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, and for my kids, and you know, I'm watching the kids progress as they've come through the ages. And my eldest now plays senior rugby. I've still two younger ones in junior, and it's just fantastic to watch and support it and watch all these other kids, the friends we've grown up with, develop and progress and stay in the game.
But equally, is it nice to get recognised for this?
It is nice. It is nice. I'm sure I'll blame someone later for it, but yeah, you know, it is nice. It is, but that's not why we do it. Yeah. And
you go on to the Yorkshire Awards now, don't you? Which is going to be at the end of the month. Are you excited about that?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I think it's really nice that they're hosting these awards. I think it's good for people, the recognition. It might encourage more to come along and get involved, but I think you'll find most of the genuine people do it for not the recognition. They love the game. So.
And how is general life at Cleckheaton?
All right, good. We're thriving. We've just started a girls section for the first time this year. That's gone from strength to strength already. A lot more interest than we anticipated. You know, the junior section as a whole is growing in numbers all the time. So yeah, very good.
What hooks them into it? It's the family atmosphere. The game. I have a great passion for rugby itself. I also have a great passion for the people in the game of rugby. It's a family. It's a game, I think, that just breeds respect, brings young people on well. There's very little more I can say other than it's just wholehearted.
Without volunteers, rugby wouldn't exist. We need those volunteers. Yes, we have the players, and the players obviously are doing the bit on the pitch, but the volunteers are the ones that do everything behind the scenes. They change the clubhouse, you know, they make sure the changing rooms are clean, they make sure the grass is cut, all those sort of things, and if they didn't exist, it wouldn't happen. So it's a big thank you to them.
So there we have it, the full-time whistle, and Yorkshire have won by 26 points to 17 against Cheshire, who were last year's beaten finalists. So it's a great start for Yorkshire. Things are looking good in their bid to win the Bill Beaumont Cup and reached Twickenham to do just that. Let's get some reaction from the boys after this great win in Huddersfield. Rob, congratulations, put it there, great victory. You've got a shiner forward as well. How big is that win for you at the start of this campaign?
Massive, massive. All we could ask for the boys today is come out and just find a way to win. We knew, like I said before, we knew exactly what Cheshire were going to bring. Physical, up front, confrontational side, and we matched it. That's all the coaches have asked us to do, is from what the learnings in the past. You know, we've not been physical enough at the breakdown. That's where we've been sort of come unstuck. So today it was front up at the breakdown, and you know, that's what we did. And every man of us has done that today, and just come out on top.
And how crucial were the big moments in the game? Early on you were under the cosh, but you held them up off the line. Last couple of plays of the game, they're looking to score. You turn the ball over, and get that winning try. You won those big moments.
Yeah, I think so. And I think first session, you know, first game, so we've got a lot to work on. Of course we have, but we felt comfortable in defence. And as the game went on, I think that the chat was there. So we felt that if we didn't have the ball, we were still safe. You know, we were still confident. We gave away a few penalties. We'd worked hard not to do, but I think on the whole we've given away a few penalties, but you know, we fronted up there. So.
And what actually was it like? What were the just in that? How much of a battle was it?
Oh, it was. Yeah, they're good guys, big physical guys, and we've picked a big side this year. We've got physical guys, and we've come out of this game now. We know what we can do going forward. We've got another 2 big games. We've got one away on the road next week up at Aire against. Again, probably a heavy Northumberland side, so we know what we're in for up there, and then hopefully we'll come back down to Hull in a few weeks' time with 2 wins under his belt and put on a good show down there 3 weeks in, and we know we want to get to Twickenham. That's what the goal is. You know, we want to win. But again, we've had a few chances today that we've missed, so it could have been different there again. So no, overall happy.
They are a very good side. They were in the final last year. So the fact that how much confidence do you take that you've beaten them?
Yeah, we do. And that's probably not going to be straight away after the game. It'll be on Tuesday when the coaches have gone away and looked at the game and come back feeding in. You know, that's when we'll probably get a proper clearer view of how we've come through today. So look forward to Tuesday.
And how much does it bond the guys? I know you spent most of last season together, but is winning the best bond?
Of course it is. Yeah. Now the change rooms in the clubhouse, we're not going to have a beer. We're going to enjoy it. You know, so that's it. It's about building these friendships and getting stronger as we go on.
I think the first point is we had
a group of 23 players who are absolutely committed to do this. We've worked hard for the last 3 weeks in training camps. It's difficult with the end of the season coming together with the start of the championship. You've got a lot of players who are in relegation battles, promotion battles themselves, so then to expect them to commit time to this is difficult, but they did, and that time spent together has been the key really. And coming into this, we knew a lot about Cheshire, played them last year, it gave us a good insight as to what they were going to do, but I think the most important thing was these boys actually just believed in themselves, and they played terrifically well today.
How much was last season a building block to start well this season? Because obviously change of coaching set up and quite a few new people came in. I know you're trying to get people to believe in Yorkshire again. So has that helped last year into this one?
Last year was invaluable because it gives a real insight into Yorkshire Rugby and the Yorkshire Rugby Union Club setup. So the first thing we did this year was try and build those bridges with the clubs. We need their support and we want to know what they see week in, week out. We can't be at every game every week, so it's vital to us that the coaches work alongside us to develop the Yorkshire brand and the Yorkshire team. So this year we've been out to every club in the top 3 leagues for Yorkshire clubs, watched the players, spoken with the management, and then from that we can then build a squad, taking the knowledge that we had last year of the championship and areas of the game that they're crucial at championship level, at county championship level. We then built a squad around that, and we've got a very talented group of players. This was initially a 3-year plan. We didn't quite expect to be beating last year's finalists so early, but they're a terrific bunch.
It's not a bad problem to have, to win a game like this on the first day. How important is it that you have kick-started so well, and do you think you've sent a message to yourselves, if anything, of just how good you can be this year, let alone the rest of the competition?
As a coaching staff, we knew the players we'd brought together were able to do this. So it was about doing our man management roles, making sure the players understood it, but also providing a system which was easy for them to follow and get the best out of what is an exciting team. So this year we've kept it very simple, but the players have bought in really well, and you could see at the end there, the last 20 minutes was all about our defence. Defending in the last 20 when you're tired, the game's on the line, mentally that's incredibly fatiguing, but you can see the work we did, and John Skerr, the defence coach, really paid off.
And you won the big moments again today, didn't you? Early on you were under the cosh, but you held them out at the end there. They were pushing at your line, you got the turnover and gone over and got the try that really seals it. That must be great to see as a coach. I got pretty excited on the sidelines when Jamie's gone over to score the winning try and ensure that we get the game. But to defend in those moments is incredibly difficult. We won the big moments. You know, there were times we felt things went against us as well, but that's rugby. How you bounce back isn't a test of your character, but defence was very much a team effort. It was superb today. We tried to keep their penalties to a minimum, try and keep their set piece away from the game because that was their strength. But the attack, just those little moments of brilliance from individuals, that try in the first half where we went down the side, the clinical execution was brilliant. And then at the end you've got the individual class, the ability of people like Lewis Minikin, Peter Swatkins, Jamie Broadley, they're the game winners. But the forwards put them in a position to win games. It was a real brutal contest at some points. Probably to talk more about the team. What about you in your second season coaching this group of lads? Why did you want to get involved at this level?
I wanted to get involved with Yorkshire because I wanted to give something back. I played with Yorkshire, as did with the rest of the coaching staff, and we wanted to give something back to the county. We are a strong county, and I believe that there are many talented players out there, but we weren't necessarily getting the results that we wanted, and we wanted an opportunity to see if we could do that. So we've come in, and we fully intend to do our best for this team.
How much pride is there to still put on the white rose?
I think today answered that. Incredible pride in the dressing room. These boys were desperate to wear the shirt, and there are squad members out of the 43 we had who weren't involved today, and they were devastated to not be in. But their attitude has been superb, but it did show just how much players wanted to be here, how much they wanted to play together, and they've been brilliant.
Well, John, best of luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you so much, well done. And I'm sure you've seen today, it's been a great performance from Yorkshire. We wish them well going on for the rest of the competition. Hopefully see them at Twickenham and lifting that cup. Thank you for watching the latest episode of the Yorkshire Rugby Union Show. We'll see you in the next show.